Know this about mental health. Today I'll take a look at the question, what is mental health? I've been a clinical psychologist for 8 years and this is what I know. First, in today's video, I'll take a look at the definition I found on the World Health Organization's homepage, and later in the video, I'll give you my take on what it says. According to WHO, or the World Health Organization, mental health is defined as a state of mental well-being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life, realize their abilities, learn well and work well, and contribute to their community. Their definition further reads, it's an integral component of health and well-being that underpins our individual and collective abilities to make decisions, build relationships, and shape the world we live in. It's also stated that mental health is a basic human right and that it's crucial to personal, community, and socio-economic development. They further write on their homepage that mental health is more than the absence of mental disorders. It exists on a continuum, which is experienced differently from one person to the next, with varying degrees of difficulty and distress, and potentially very different social and clinical outcomes. The last part it says on their homepage is mental health conditions include mental health disorders and psychosocial disabilities, as well as other mental states associated with significant distress, impairment in functioning, or risk of self or not being nice to yourself behavior. People with mental health conditions are more likely to experience lower levels of mental well-being, but it's not always or necessarily the case. Okay, let's put this into normal language and see what we think. By their definition, mental health is a condition of mental well-being. Well-being for psychologists doesn't mean feeling fantastic, but instead it means that we feel good enough or okay enough. As such, mental health should be understood to mean that you're mentally okay enough to be able to, as they put it, cope with the stresses of life, realize your abilities, learn well and work well, and contribute to your community. Okay, so mental health means that you're okay enough to be able to function overall. Hereunder, to be able to cope with life stress, as in to be able to cope with whatever life throws at you. Also, that you're able to be aware of your potential or abilities. That you're able to learn stuff and do some form of work. In the WHO definition, they use the word well. As a psychologist, I choose to read this as not bad. So mental health includes to be able to not be bad at learning stuff and to be able to not be bad at doing your work. As such, mental health means that we're okay enough or well enough mentally in order to cope with our life, be aware of our abilities, learn and work. Fair enough. Lastly, it also includes that you're okay enough to contribute to your community. I suppose that means that you're okay enough to be social sometimes and have some relationships with people around you. Right. They say that mental health is an integral component of health and well-being that underpins our individual and collective abilities to make decisions, build relationships, and shape the world we live in. I suppose that means that mental health is really important. That it's important for both our psychological and physical health. It says that mental health is considered essential for our ability to make decisions, be social, and be an agent in our world. As such, mental health is the basic construct for us being able to think rationally and make good decisions, to be able to be together with others and play a role in the world. The last part of their definition I kind of like. It states about mental health that it's complex and that it's not neither nor. Hereunder, it's both something we can work towards and achieve and something that can be compromised and restored. Hereunder, which is important, it says that it does not mean that you cannot achieve mental health even though you have a mental disorder. Having a mental disorder can destabilize mental health, but they do not exclude the possibility of having a life where you're able to cope, work, and socialize, even though you might have psychiatric diagnoses too. This is important because the goal of therapy and work within mental health is just that: working towards mental health, no matter what your biological or psychological background is. So in summary, mental health means feeling good enough for being okay enough to cope overall in the different aspects of life. Mental health does not mean feeling fantastic or being perfect at everything. It means feeling good enough for being okay enough to cope overall in the different aspects of life. I'll talk more about the importance of mental health in other videos and about how I work with it in my practice. I think this was all we had time for. What was your takeaway from today's video? As always, feel free to take away the information you can use and leave the rest. Hopefully you found that today's topic makes sense and I didn't waste your time. Please subscribe or like this video so my channel can grow. Take care and see you for the next one.